Headlines: Ethiopian immigrants in South Africa dying by the dozens. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ArtsTvWorld from African Renaissance Television Services with tonight's news. Stay tuned. Ethiopian immigrants in South Africa are getting killed. Immigrant Ethiopian youth living in South Africa are dying by the dozens. It is said that the number of dead bodies brought back to Ethiopia from South Africa is an average of 6 to 10 bodies per day. International human rights institutions, as well as the governments of Ethiopia and South Africa, have been called upon to pay attention to the issue. Our reporter has more details.
Many Ethiopian youth are forced to live in exile in different countries due to various compelling reasons. Young people living in the southern part of the country make South Africa their destination for migration. In the last 20 years, Hadia youth have traveled to South Africa to improve their lives and help their families. During their journey, they face severe abuse. Those who endured all this abuse will face another great tribulation once they reach South Africa. They may face imprisonment and even lose their lives. Poverty and scarcity of land are the main reasons for the young people to leave the country. In order to get money for their transportation, these young Ethiopians borrow money by holding their family's plot of land as collateral. If and when these young Ethiopians are killed in South Africa, their family will now have to face debt on the top of their loss of a loved one. The international community has been called upon to pay attention to the killing of Ethiopians in South Africa. Ethiopia's Hadiya Garad, Gebrekidan Kalbago, urged the Ethiopian government to provide proper legal protection to its citizens.
We will soon contact the Embassy of South Africa to give us a statement on this matter. On to the next news. The housekeeper that was accused of killing 2 children has been found guilty. The verdict was handed down after the accused said that she had no evidence supporting her defense. The Federal High Court, Lideta Division, the Criminal Courts of Homicide and Robbery, gave the verdict. Our reporter has more details.
After the accused said that she did not commit the crime, in an adjournment on October 30, the prosecution presented 6 witnesses, including the parents of the deceased, Gionawit and Christina Melaku, and heard their testimony. The court examined the testimony and gave the defendant a chance to defend herself against the crimes she was accused of. But the defendant stated that she did not have evidence to defend herself with. The court accepted the defendant's statement at the police station and examined the statements of the prosecution's witnesses and found her guilty of multiple crimes. Before the court date, the judge ordered the prosecution's sentencing opinion and the defendant's sentence mitigation opinion to be submitted to the office. And after looking at the sentencing opinion, the court rescheduled for November 26 to give a verdict.
U.S. Embassy, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, strengthened the use of the English language in public universities. Ambassador Tracy Ann Jacobson, charged the affairs of the U.S. Embassy in Addis Ababa, expressed the embassy's continued commitment to the Ethiopian's education sector, especially English language instructions that are given at universities across the country. Our reporter has more details.
Ambassador Jacobson and Dr. Solomon Abraha, CEO of Higher Education, Governance and Administration at the Ministry of Education, jointly launched the nationwide conference Enhancing English Language Teaching in Ethiopian Public Universities. During her remarks, Ambassador Jacobson highlighted the importance of a strong command of English to open doors to higher levels of education and career opportunities. For the Ministry of Education, Dr. Solomon expressed his appreciation for the partnership with the U.S. Embassy, not only for strengthening English language capacity as a whole, but specifically for supporting the English language improvement centers across Ethiopia's public universities.
The housing lot for associations' homes will be drawn after a few weeks. The Housing Development Corporation has stated that 20% of the houses being built by the Addis Ababa City Administration will continue to be built under the coordination of the existing government. Our reporter has more details.
Housing Development Corporation's General Director Ato Shimelis Tamrat, in his statement to national television, said that he will complete and hand over the unfinished houses and the people who have saved money will have the opportunity to get priority in other ways. Ato Shimelis said that after a few weeks there will be a situation where lots will be drawn for the House of Associations. Registration was done from the thrifts. Those who want to organize themselves as thrifts and want to work at home have come and registered voluntarily. There are separate organized unions based on that. We will bring them into the system now, he explained. The Addis Ababa City Administration has stated that it is working to provide rental housings to low-income residents who cannot afford to save.
These were the news we had for you for tonight. Once again, I'm ArtsTvWorld from African Renaissance Television Services. Thank you for watching.